Good afternoon and welcome to Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke. Time for the Western Mass Class D Championship game. Today the Hopkins Academy Golden Hawks take on your Pioneer Panthers. Lou Bordeaux along with Pioneer Senior Alex Sabin here today for this big championship game. Alex, what are you looking for out of the Panthers today?
So Pioneer so far 20-0 of the season. They defeated Gateway in the first round of the Western Mass playoffs 24-1, and then they defeated St. Mary's 16-0. Expect the Pioneer offense to be elite tonight, and with Ethan Quinn pitching, expect a good pitching duel between the pitchers today.
Okay, as you said, Ethan Quinn on the mound, Braden Tipeniuk, his familiar battery mate. And we are just about ready to get underway here in Holyoke. Strike one right down Broadway. Infield alignment for the Panthers, a very familiar one. E.T. over at first base, Evan Tipeniuk, Jack Glazier at second, Alex McClelland at short, Jackson Campbell at third base. Across the outfield, left to right, Ethan Mothy, Ben Werner, and Hodas, Hayden Gerard. Your Panther defensive lineup. That one just missed outside.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Hopkins batters will react to Ethan Quinn early on. Ethan Quinn trying to set the tempo for the game. Hopkins has never gone up a pitcher like Ethan Quinn, so it's going to be interesting to see how they react early.
Counts 2-2. This is Carter Steisbeck. Carter's the shortstop for Hopkins. He'll be followed by Al West and Chase Earl here in the top of the first. Hopkins, the visiting team in this Western Mass Championship game. That one just missed low. Ball four, Steisbeck walks. Gets that all-important first runner on base.
Love the patience there by the Hopkins batter. Didn't see a good pitch, didn't swing, took his time, and got the result he wanted. First base runner here for Hopkins.
And at one time, the field here in Holyoke at Mackenzie Stadium was host to a double-A team, so maybe a little bit of the yips out there so far. We'll see what happens once Hopkins gets out on defense. A little different environment rather than the cozy confines of Northfield. Counts 1-1 on West. As I said, he'll be followed by Chase Earl and Matt Vassallo here in the top of the first. Gorgeous day for baseball. With the spotty weather we've had on and off. And I got to tell you, Tyler, didn't bring any hand warmers today. Ball gets away. Everybody's safe. Uncharacteristic error on the throw.
Yeah, we haven't seen many errors all season long by the Pioneer defense. They've been good all season long. This can't be the game where their fielding takes a struggle, though, as their fielding has been their strong suit all game long.
Quinn going to have to pitch himself out of a jam here, facing his opposing pitcher, Chase Earl. Now, these two teams have met twice already this season. Pioneer winning both games, but not in the large manner that many of their wins were. It was an 8-5 win back, I think, the first game of the season, first or second game. That one goes foul down the left field line. Yeah, 8-5 on March 31st, and then in Hadley, a 6-4 win on April 16th.
But, you expect games like that to be close. First game of the season, you're really seeing what your team is all about. And then the second game was a 30-degree with 20-mile-per-hour winds. Not the ideal conditions whatsoever, as it was a very defensive battle those two nights.
Quinn sets. That's a fair ball. Gets past Campbell. It's all the way out to left field. Mothy's got it. One runner scores. Everybody's safe. Hopkins takes the 1-0 lead.
Like I said, Lou, it was going to be interesting to see how Hopkins would react to Ethan Quinn, and so far, they're doing an outstanding job getting good contact on the ball, seeing the crevices in between the Pioneer defenders, and getting the ball through.
Coach Leupold coming out to the mound, going to help the boys recalibrate here early in the top of the first. Only 3 batters so far. A walk, a fielder's choice, an error, and a double have led to a 1-0 lead for Hopkins Academy. Game time temperature today was a nifty 76 degrees. Winds out of south-southwest, 13 miles an hour. Just a great day for baseball, Alex.
Yeah, for sure. Hopkins couldn't picture another ideal start than this. Great innings so far to set the tone for the game.
Hopkins runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the top of the first. First ball swinging. Foul down the right side. This is catcher Matt Vasallo. That one just missed outside. One and one on Vasallo. Vasallo's hit by a pitch. Quick call by the home plate umpire. I thought I heard bat there, but now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Sets up a force at any base.
Clearly in some pain there, limping to the first base.
And they're going to put a courtesy runner in for him. That's Eric Cruz Perez. This is J.J. Scanlon at the plate. Takes that one up high. Scanlon's the first baseman for Hopkins.
Ethan Quinn got to find his rhythm here. Not been getting any good pitches against the Hopkins batters.
Yeah, that one just missed low and away.
Can't walk the batter. Bases are loaded.
There's a strike down Broadway, 2-1. When in doubt, resort to the fastball.
I mean, Ethan Quinn, probably one of the best pitchers in high school you're going to see with that fastball.
Nice pitch on the inside corner. Count quickly goes to 2-2.
Can get towards 85, possibly even 90 miles per hour.
Popped up. Quinn's got it. That was a fortuitous pop-up. Brings up the DH, Logan By. Now there's one out. Still force at any base. Potential for a double play is here. By swung right through that one, strike one. And as we've observed during the season, sometimes it takes Ethan a little while to settle down. Count goes to 0-2. And I think once he gets his cleats under him, he's going to have an Ethan Quinn type performance today.
He's popping right now. 2 straight strikes, looking for a strikeout.
That one's up high, couldn't get by to chase that one. Count goes to 1-2 strikes. Low and away, 2-2. Campbell's got it. Gets the force at third. Another run scores. Hopkins leading 2-0. Runners on first and second base. 2 out. Second baseman Nate Rickles at the plate.
That was a little risky hit there, Lou. Got it right to the third baseman, but luckily for the Hopkins batters, Jackson Campbell bumbled the ball and couldn't corral it quick enough to get the out at home.
That's why they call it the hot corner. That was a scorcher right at him. Did keep the ball in front of him and did have the presence of mind to get the force at third base. Rickles swings and misses. Count goes to a ball and a strike.
What a heater. Went right by him.
That one's up high. 2-1. And it's popped straight up. Alex McClellan runs behind second base. He puts it away, and that's going to retire the side. In the first inning for Hopkins, 2 runs on 1 base hit, 2 runners left. We're in the middle of the first inning here in Holyoke. Hopkins Golden Hawks 2, Pioneer coming to bat. Please check out our sponsors in between innings and stay tuned for Panthers Tournament Baseball right here on BNC TV. And welcome back to Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke. Western Mass Class D Finals. Your Pioneer Panthers taking on the Hopkins Academy Golden Hawks. An uncharacteristic first inning for the Panthers. A lot of base runners, error, base on balls, hit batsman. Hopkins chalking up 2 in the top of the inning. Braden Tippeniuk going to get things started for the Panthers. BT, member of the 100 Hit Club. Takes that first one up high. You know, this is a big game. The press box here at Mackenzie Stadium is full to the gills today. I even see Chris Barry from Mass Live here. along with our executive producer, Tyler Borbo. Grounded down. Second baseman can't handle it. And BT makes it safely. Rickles went a long way for that one. And they're going to score that an error.
Yeah, looks like he couldn't corral it there. Went off his glove and into his chest. And couldn't get a good grip of the ball until BT was already there at first.
Jackson Campbell at the plate now, third baseman for Pioneer. We've seen him in this spot before. I anticipate he's going to square around. Pushes it down the right side, foul.
That's pretty interesting strategy so far by Pioneer. We haven't seen Jackson Campbell take nearly as many bunts as he did last season.
Chase Earl on the mound for Hopkins. There goes BT. BT steals second base.
Pioneer always coming out aggressive. You got to be alert if you're the catcher, noticing where the runner at first is.
Campbell had waved at that one, so count on him as 0-2. Steispek's got it. Can't get the ball out of his glove. Everybody's safe. Panthers, runners at the corners.
You know, that was probably a wise choice. He saw Jackson Campbell was almost already at first and knew if he threw the ball, then BT was probably going to try for home, so smart play there.
And the official score called that one a hit. Got to expect Jackson Campbell to head down to second. He's going to time Chase Earl here. Alex McClellan at the plate for the Panthers. Runners on the corners. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. There goes Campbell.
You called it, Lou.
Catcher Vassallo faked the throw. Trying to trick BT into heading home. No dice. Panthers, 2 runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. It's a strike on Alex. Two and one on the Panther shortstop. He'll be followed by Ethan Quinn. That one goes right through the catcher. Here comes BT. He's standing up. Panthers are on the board.
Unforced errors, Lou. Can't make errors like that against this elite Pioneer ball club.
That's a good point, Alex. Counts 3-1 on McClellan. The fleet of foot, Jackson Campbell over at third base now. And that's ball 4 to Alex. Catcher Vassallo had to fight that one to keep it in front of him. Panthers, runners on the corners here.
Pioneer batters coming with vengeance after that top of the first inning.
Boy, I'll say. Pitcher Ethan Quinn stepping in. He's got runners on the corners, has the opportunity to help his own cause here. And similar to the struggles that Quinn faced on the bump, Chase Earl having a hard time finding the strike zone right here early in the bottom of the first inning. Quinn lifts it into left field, shallow. Cook makes the catch. Campbell tags, scores. We got a tie ball game.
That was a good IQ play there by Ethan Quinn. Knew if he flew the ball out to the outfield far enough, then he could score Jackson Campbell in from third.
Left fielder Ethan Mothy steps in. McClellan on first base, 1 out. Tie ball game, 2-2. This one's got a long way to go, boys and girls. Get your tray tables. And Ethan takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Evan Tippenyuk on deck for the Panthers. There goes Alex. His customary head-first slide once again works like a charm for him. Stolen base, he's in at second base.
Pioneer doing what they do best, capitalizing on infielder mistakes.
Counts 0-2 on Mothy. Swung right through that one for strike 3.
Now batting, number 55, Evan Tippinyo.
E.T. stepping in. Evan playing first base today, as he usually does for the Panthers. Ball gets past the catcher. There goes McClellan over to third base. And I wonder if when Vassallo got hit by the pitch on his hand, if he's having a little mobility issue behind the plate.
It's very interesting.
Another one low and away, 2-0. We've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Tie ball game, 2-2. Western Mass Class D championship game.
A lot of miscommunication by the pitcher and catcher as of late. A couple of drop balls by the catcher.
Earl regathering himself. That one goes up high, 3-0. DH Brody Welcome on deck for the Panthers. Strike one on the outside corner. It's 3-1. That one's wide, ball 4.
Now batting, number 14, Brody, welcome.
Brody Welcome's been one of the steadiest Panthers all season in his DH role. Digging in, getting comfortable at the plate here at Mackenzie Stadium. And just missed outside, ball 1. Alex McClellan's over at third base. Evan Tippiniuk on first. We've got 2 outs here. That one's way outside, 2-0. Center fielder Ben Werner on deck for the Panthers. Once again outside, 3-0. Had the green light on 3-0. Fouled it back over the roof here at the Mackenzie Stadium press box. A little worried, I'm parked right behind it.
If we were a little more left, we could have possibly hit it.
3-1 on Welcome. Takes that one, full count. E.T. will be off with the pitch.
Very important pitch here.
Pounded into the ground, shortstop's got it. Over to first base, and that's going to retire the side. For the Panthers in the first inning, 2 runs on 1 base hit, 2 runners left. Sounds familiar. After 1 complete here in Holyoke. Hopkins 2, Pioneer 2. Stay tuned for more Panther baseball coming right up here on BNC TV. Tucker Russell going to get things started for Hopkins here in the top of the second inning. Lou Bordeaux and Alex Sabin with you here today from McKenzie Stadium in Holyoke. Western Mass Class D championship game. Kind of an unusual start for the Panthers, both in the field and on the plate, at the plate. Count quickly goes to 0-2 on Russell. Called, strike 3. It's the kind of thing we were just talking about, Alex.
Yeah, great strikeout there by Ethan Quinn. Gained some confidence here and now can start getting a rhythm going and riding the momentum batter after batter.
This is left fielder Wyatt Cook, fouls that one down. 0-1. And strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Called, strike 3. This is the Ethan Quinn we expect to see.
Ethan Quinn on fire right there. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Strikeout for Ethan Quinn.
Carter Sticebeck.
Back to the top of the Hopkins order, Carter Sticebeck. He walked in the first inning, scored the first run of the ball game.
I would be pretty scared in the batter's box right now after seeing that last at bat.
And just missed. Breaking ball went down low. Came back with the heat, 1-1. ET's got it. Underhand toss. Over to Quinn. That's going to retire the side. 4 Hopkins in the second. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across in the middle of the second inning. This one's tied 2-2. Don't go anywhere. More Panther baseball coming right up here on BNC TV. And Ben Werner going to get things started off for the Panthers here in the bottom of the second. Ethan Quinn, great performance in the top of the second on the hill for Pioneer. Ben Werner, been steady all season, both on the mound and in the outfield. Saw him take some reps at first base before the game today. Earl misses that one up high. Jack Glazier will follow Werner. And back to the top of the order in BT. One and one on the Panther senior. Good pitch inside, 1-2. And one froze Benny in his tracks. Steps out of the batter's box, gives it some thought. Recalibrates. Earl comes back inside again, just missed with that one. Nice pitch, 2-2. Fouled back. Just got under that one.
Good at bat right here.
Swung on and missed, strike three. It was a good battle between Chase Earl and Ben Werner.
And you know, Ben did a good job up in the pitch count for the pitcher there. Not much expectations being the ninth batter in the batting order. You got to just make it tough for the pitcher and make it easier for your teammates. Wear down the pitcher so he won't throw it as fast to the other Pioneer batters.
And strike one on the Panthers' second baseman. Count goes to 0-2 on Glazier. Just up high, 1-2. Hopkins outfield playing at a medium depth. High and inside, 2-2. Fouled back out of play by Glazier. He stays alive. You got a good shot of the good crowd here at Mackenzie Stadium this afternoon. Into right center field. Al West is there to put that one away. Glazier with almost an excuse me swing on that. Still hit the ball about 300 feet out there. Back to the top of the Panther order. Here's BT, Braden Tippenyuk. BT reached on an error by the second baseman in the first inning.
Good inning so far by the pitcher.
Grounder over to third. Across the diamond, that's going to retire the side for the Panthers. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We are complete with 2 innings here in Holyoke. Pioneer 2, Hopkins 2. Stay tuned for more Panther Tournament baseball right here on BNC TV. Top of the third, center fielder Al West going to get things started for Hopkins. Al reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, scored Hopkins' second run. Quinn works that one high and away. Quinn with a solid performance in the top of the second.
I think solid's an understatement. 3 batters, 3 outs.
Count goes to 1-1 on West. He'll be followed by pitcher Chase Earl. Lofted out to left field. Ethan Mothy's right there, puts that one away.
Good contact there, just got a little too under it.
Chase Earl.
Chase Earl doubled his first time up. Sliced into right field. Hodis is over there. Makes the running catch in fair territory.
Now batting, number 5, Matt Vasallo.
Great defense here by the Pioneer outfielders so far this inning.
Here's the catcher, Matt Vasallo. Matt was hit by a pitch in the first inning, right on the hand it looked like from here. Seems no worse for the wear. Squares to bunt. That one goes foul back over the backstop. Kind of a strange situation to be trying to bunt on Quinn. Unless they figure after those first 2 outs there's no sense hitting it to the outfield because the outfielders are going to catch it. It's fouled away, 0-2.
Just trying to see what works, Lou. Right now, Ethan Quinn's in a groove right now. And the Hopkins batters are trying to disrupt that groove by giving Quinn and his fielders something they don't expect.
That one's up high. Couldn't get Vasallo to chase that one. A ball and 2 strikes on the Hopkins catcher. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Once again for the Golden Hawks. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across in the middle of the third inning. This one's tied 2-2. Please check out our sponsors here between innings and don't go anywhere. Panther Tournament Baseball continues in a moment right here on BNC TV and worldwide on YouTube. And welcome back
Now batting, number 6,
to Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke.
Campbell.
Western Mass Championship Day. if you're out and about. Greenfield Green Wave will be playing here at 7 o'clock tonight. Hello, Franklin County. Jackson Campbell going to get it started off for the Panthers here in the third. That one's over his head for ball one. And we're just looking at the Division 5 power rankings. Of course, Pioneer finished on top of the heap, ranked number 1 in the state. Another one high and inside, 2-0. Defending champ English High, second ranked. Drury at third. These Hopkins Golden Hawks check in at number 6 in the power rankings. That's strike one on Campbell. Greenfield Green Wave are number 8. And it's 2-2. A little further down the line here in D5, East Hampton at 27th. Turner's Falls at 28th. And we're looking at the state bracket, not to put the cart before the horse. Almost knocked the cameraman on the first base dugout out of his shoes. He's going to file for hazard pay.
Poor cameraman, just trying to do his job.
Count remains 2-2 on Campbell. So as we look at the state tournament bracket, Pioneer gets that first round bye. They'll be playing the team that wins the 32 and 33 matchup between, strike three, between Bourne and West Boylston.
Now batting, number 2, Alex McClellan.
Greenfield also has a first round bye. They are the 8th ranked team. They'll be playing the winner of Air Shirley and Atlantis Charter. Game dates have not been set for those games yet. This is Alex McClellan, takes that one up high. Alex walked in the first inning. Nice pitch by Earl, 1-1. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner. 1-2 on Alex. Fouled out a play down the left side. Just a little behind that one. Made good contact. Yeah, we wouldn't be in Holyoke if you didn't hear sirens in the background. Called strike three.
Lou, we got a pitcher's duel right now. Ethan Quinn and the Hopkins pitcher going back to back right now. Chase Earl pitching real good right now.
And here it is, pitcher against pitcher. Ethan Quinn steps in. Ethan had that sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the first inning. And that one goes into left field for a base hit.
And Ethan Quinn wins the pitcher's duel there.
Now batting,
Get in on
number
base.
25, Ethan Moe.
And with 2 outs, here's Ethan Mothy. Ethan struck out in the first inning. Ethan Quinn on at first. Very conservative lead. Earl with the show me move. Just letting Quinn know he's paying attention to him.
There he goes.
Quinn goes. Dives in head first. Aggressive stolen base by Ethan Quinn.
Do you think the person that takes all the Pioneer jerseys at the end of the season is going to have a long day washing all of them?
Well, I think that they have an underwriting opportunity from Tide. That this could be the big commercial of the season. Counts 1-1 on Ethan Mothy.
Gonna use the whole bottle for that.
Hit into right field. It's over the right fielder's head. Quinn's around third. He's going to score. Mothy, he goes around second. Slides into third safely. Ethan Mothy with a huge triple to give the Panthers the 3-2 lead.
Went right over the right fielder's head there. Don't know if he didn't see the ball because of the sun in his eyes or what. Went right over him. Great hit by Mothy. Scores the go-ahead run here for Pioneer.
Here's E.T. Talk about fun with two. Mothy just 90 feet away with a fourth run. 0-1 on Evan. Evan walked in the first inning. That was outside, 1-1. No, excuse me. Scoreboard says 2-0. I'm going to go with 2-0, Tyler. Three and 0. Scoreboard's like the internet. If the scoreboard says it, you know it's got to be true. Now it's 3-1. I guess the scoreboard was wrong. That one's outside. For the second time today, Evan Tepenyuk gets a walk. Puts runners at the corners for Brody Welcome.
Now batting, number 14.
Pitcher has to get the out here. Would do a lot for his confidence if a run scores here. Would also be in a great situation too with 7, 8, 9 batters in the batting order next inning.
Brody grounded out to shortstop to end the first inning. He's fouled back. Welcome takes that one up high. It's 1-1. Panthers have Ethan Mothy leading off third. Evan Tepenyuk at first base. Earl goes outside with that one. 2-1 on the Panther designated hitter. Another one fouled back out of play. Two and two on Welcome. Definitely not getting cheated on his swings, Alex. Outside, we got a full count.
That was close. Could have gone either way.
Tepenyuk will be off with the pitch. 3-2 with 2 out. And that's pounded foul down the third base line. We'll do it all over again.
Great duel right now.
And that's outside for ball 4. Bases are loaded.
How unfortunate, too. Earl was on a roll there from the second and third period, and now it's all starting to fall apart here. Just got to stop the bleeding, put the Band-Aid on it.
Coach Dan Freeland comes out to the mound. Going to have a talk with his battery. Panthers loading the bases with 2 out. 1 run across so far here in the bottom of the third. Ben Werner is going to be at the plate for Pioneer. Benny struck out last inning. And a strike on the inside corner. More often than not, after a coach comes to the mound to have a conference with his pitcher, he'll come right back with a strike.
Yeah, very important batter right here. Don't want to get the game too out of hand here after only 3 innings.
Earl got a little too far inside with that one, a ball and a strike. Werner frustrated. He knew he had his pitch there. Sliced out a play down the left side. It's 1-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Chase Earl with a key strikeout to retire the side. Panthers score 1 run on 2 base hits. Bases were left loaded. 3 innings complete here in Holyoke. Pioneer 3, Hopkins 2. Please check out our sponsors and don't go anywhere. More Panther baseball coming right up here on BNC TV. Time for the top of the fourth. J.J. Scanlon, first baseman for Hopkins, is going to get it started off this inning. He'll be followed by D.H. Logan By and second baseman Nate Rickles. Panthers scratched out a big run to take a 3-2 lead last inning. Chase Earl did a really nice job pitching out of trouble, though, leaving the bases loaded for Pioneer. Could have really been some damage there. Counts 0-2 on Scanlon.
The Hopkins batter's got to give him some support now. Last 2 innings came out goose egg. Got to put some runs on the board if you want to win this ball game.
Two and two on the first baseman. Sliced out a play down the left side. Strike 3 on the inside corner. What a pitch by Ethan Quinn.
Ethan Quinn's on a roll right now.
Now batting, number 12, Logan Bye.
Brings up DH Logan Bye. Logan reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Breaking ball drops in for strike 1. Swung right through another one, 0-2. We are in the top of the 4th inning here at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke. Wow, right off the melon.
You could hear the smack from here. He's walking over to first gingerly now. I don't know how he got up so fast.
Yeah, the helmet did its job, that's for sure. Thank goodness he's okay.
And Lou, that is why you wear a helmet in baseball.
Umpire having a little conversation with him, making sure he's all right. Second baseman Nate Rickles at the plate.
Oh, not even a pinch runner. Gonna hammer through it.
Fouled back. Some of our little fans in a battle for that baseball.
I would be in a battle if it was a Major League Baseball.
Looked more like a battle royal over there. Rickles went fishing on that one. It's 0-2. Swung on a missed strike 3. Ball goes all the way to the backstop. Everybody's safe.
Unforced error there.
Yep, but the first base umpire is indicating the runner is out.
But BT didn't catch the ball. How does that work?
Ask him. I think because there was a runner on first base, you can't run on the third strike.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that rule before.
But Logan Bye does get second base on the wild pitch. We have a 3-umpire crew today for this championship game, as opposed to the usual 2 that we have. And I have to say, the umpiring's been pretty good all season long. You know, more often than not, you don't even notice the guys out there, which is always the sign of good officiating. This is Tucker Russell at the plate.
Shout out Western Mass for making that happen.
Oh, for sure. Russell's got a 3-0 count. Make that 3-1. And it's a full count with 2 out. Just looking down into the Hopkins bullpen, there's a little activity down there. Not sure if that's just casual warm-up or planning ahead. Just missed ball 4. With 2 outs, runners on first and second for Hopkins.
Pioneer defense bleeding a little bit here.
Left fielder Wyatt Cook steps in. He was caught looking in the second inning. Ethan Quinn with 5 strikeouts so far on the day. Cook swings right through that one, 0-1. 2 outs, Panthers on top in this one, 3-2. McClellan's got it. And the runner overran third base. Holy cow. Can't believe I just saw that. McClellan was frozen in his tracks at shortstop, looked to make the force play, couldn't do that, had the presence of mind to see that Logan Bai had overrun third base, got the throw over to Jackson Campbell for the putout. Panthers put out the fire. No runs, no base hits. 2 runners left for Hopkins in the middle of the 4th inning. Pioneer leads this one 3-2. Please don't go anywhere. More Panther baseball coming right up on BNC TV. Time for the bottom of the 4th inning. Here in the Western Mass Class D Championship game, Jack Glazier getting it started off for Pioneer. First pitch swinging. Steispek's got it. Over to first base, and Glazier's down.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting, number 5, Braden Tippinyo.
Those are Tyler Borbo numbers right there, my friend.
Gets everything right on the first try.
BT 0 for 2 on the day, although he did score a run in the 1st inning. Chase Earl goes outside. Panthers have 3 runs on 3 base hits, 1 error. Hopkins 2 runs, 2 base hits, 1 error. Got a defensive battle on our hands here today. BT takes called strike 2. 1-2. He'll be followed by Jackson Campbell. Pounded into the ground. Rickles over to first. Scanlon had to make the nice scoop on that one.
That could have been ugly, Lou. That was close.
Number 6, Jackson Campbell.
Could have been an error there.
Campbell 1 for 2 on the day, singled in the 1st, that infield single. Struck out in the 3rd. Misses up high, ball 1. As we were talking about, Alex, looks like both pitchers have really found their rhythm after a shaky 1st inning on both sides.
Yeah, it got a little scary last inning in the bottom as Earl was little losing his groove there towards the end of the inning, but luckily he found it at the end and got the out. And
Steispek makes his 2nd assist of the inning. Over to Scanlon. That's going to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Panthers. We've got 4 innings complete here in Holyoke. Panthers 3, Hopkins 2. Stay tuned for more Panther Tournament baseball right here on BNC TV. Time for the top of the 5th inning. Back to the top of the Hopkins order. Shortstop Carter Steisbeck. 2 assists in the field last inning. So we know he can do it with the glove. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Walken scored a run in the 1st inning. Grounded out to E.T. to finish the 2nd. We're in the top of the 5th. Panthers lead this one 3-2. Fastball goes right by him, 0-2. Breaking ball just a bit outside. 1-2. Fouled off the fists. Count remains 1-2. Fly ball, Ben Werner's there, puts it away. First out of the 5th inning.
Now batting, number 2, Al West.
The Pioneer defense has been elite since the 1st inning. No runs allowed.
Yeah, and that's been one of the hallmarks so far this season is the solid defense. Just missed up high. This is Al West, the center fielder. Al reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning and flew out to Ethan Mothy in the 3rd. Quinn fires that one past him, 1-1. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. High and away, 2-1. Breaking ball drops right in. Great pitch by Quinn. Count goes to 2-2. Pitcher Chase Earl is on deck for Hopkins. Took a little off that one. Just missed outside. It's a full count. And I've got to say, I think Hopkins has the spiffiest uniforms that I see in high school baseball.
Yeah, I love the pinstripes on the uniforms with the yellow and blue.
Swung on and missed strike 3.
Actually, thought Gateway had pretty sick unis too.
Now batting, number
Yep, they were nice.
Chase
Like the purple.
Pitcher v. pitcher right now. First pitch swinging, McClellan. Had the bad hop, hit him in the chest. They're going to call that an error.
Difficult play, not much you can do there when a ball comes at you full speed. You got to make a play on the second your team needs you.
Yeah, we do have an official score here today, and they've scored that an E6.
Harry West.
Can't recall many games where Pioneer had more in the E column than their opponent.
This is Harry West. He's batting for Matt Vasallo. As I mentioned last inning, I saw some warm-up activity in the Hopkins bullpen. Harry West was wearing a catcher's mitt, so he may be coming in to replace Vasallo. 0-2. Called strike 3. Ethan Quinn's 7th strikeout of the day. We're in the middle of the 5th inning here in the Western Mass Class D championship game. Pioneer on top. A barn burner, 3-2. Please take a look at our sponsors here between innings, and don't go away. We've got more Panther Tournament baseball coming up right here on BNC TV. Time for the bottom of the 5th inning. Alex McClellan, shortstop for Pioneer, leading off. He'll be followed by Ethan Quinn and Ethan Mothy. Got a great ball game on our hands here for the Western Mass Class D Championship. Lou Bordeaux and Alex Sabin with you here today. Executive producer Tyler Borbo doesn't have the headset on today, but it wouldn't be Pioneer Panther Sports without him. Ball gets away from the catcher. And that's still Matt Vassallo in there, even though Harry West pinch hit for him last inning. Counts 2-0 on McClellan. In the third inning, Alex with 2 outs got the rally started with a single and then an aggressive stolen base. That one's inside. Ethan Mothy followed that with that scorching triple to right field. And that's how we got here.
Play. That was an amazing play.
Fouled out of play. Full count on McClellan. Sliced into left field for a base hit. Takes that aggressive turn. And after I said he singled his last time up, I was looking at the wrong line on my scorecard. It's Ethan Quinn. Last time up, Alex had got caught looking at the plate. So it was Ethan Quinn that got the rally started in the third inning. Paired that with a sacrifice fly back in the first to get a run batted in. Extends Ethan's streak of games with a ribby. Lined into center field. Al West puts that one away.
Had good contact with the ball there. Just got under it too much.
Now batting, number 25, Ethan Malfi.
Ethan Mothy steps in. It was Ethan that had that big triple to right field his last time up. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if he did it again here. McClellan dives head first back into first base. As he's accustomed to, he's taking about a pound of dirt home with him today. And he's off. And Mothy hits it into left field for a base hit. McClellan rounds second. He's going to make it over to third. Panthers, runners on the corners with 1 out.
Pioneer knocking on the door right now. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Now batting, number 55, Evan Tippanyuk.
E.T. steps in. He's walked twice today. That aggressive base running paid out. And there goes Ethan Mothy. He takes second uncontested.
Catcher wise not to throw it with a runner on third. Knows how aggressive the Pioneer base runners can be.
Outside, 1-1 on Tippanyuk. He'll be followed by Brody Welcome. Panthers threatening in the bottom of the 5th. Sliced foul up this way. Did you bring your glove today, Alex?
No, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully none come our way.
That was pretty close.
A little more to the right.
Oh, and that one hits Evan in the shoulder. Once again, I think E.T. leads the team in being hit by pitch this season. That's going to load him up.
Poor E.T.
Now batting, number 14,
Wouldn't want to lead that category.
Welcome.
Brody Welcome with a golden opportunity here. Bases loaded. Just 1 out. Welcome takes strike 1. Infield in, looking for that force at home. Earl smokes that one past him, 0-2. Going to have to be defensive up there now. 0-2. Held off. Fasalo keeps the ball in front of him. 1-2 on Brody Welcome. Fouled back out of play. Count remains 1-2 on the Panther DH. That one's outside, 2-2. Brody showing some patience at the plate.
What an out would do here for Chase Earl.
Oh. Came close to hitting him. Count goes full. As I like to say, nowhere to put him, Alex.
Such an important at-bat here.
Home plate umpire calls time to reset, which, as you know, is not a full recalibration.
Not a lot of time here to come back here. Got to keep the margin here at 1.
Ground ball. Oh, bad hop past the shortstop. 1 runs in. Bases remain loaded for the Panthers. It's 4-2.
That could have been very dangerous, Lou. That double play written all over it. Missed opportunity there by Hopkins.
And the official scorer calls that an E6. Coach Dan Freeland back out to the mound. And he waves out to center field. And that was Al West, who I saw warming up down in the Hopkins bullpen. You know, as was the case last inning with Alex McClellan, field looks to be in great condition, but ground ball just ate up the Hopkins shortstop. And, you know, by the time he found the handle, there was nothing he could do. Panthers take a 4-2 lead. Al West in to pitch for Hopkins. He's going to get a few warm-up tosses, and he's going to have his work cut out for him, Alex. Bases still loaded with just 1 out.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of pressure here. Almost game on the line here as only 2 innings left to play. Hopkins can't allow many runs here to score. 2 is already a big enough deficit to come back from. Can't add any more. Very interesting, too. Not a bad day whatsoever by the pitcher. Only 4 hits allowed to this elite Pioneer offense.
Yeah, that's a great observation because, you know, how many times do we see the Panthers get into double digits with base hits? You know, in addition to bases on balls, everything else. 4 base hits for the Panthers. You know, that's something to really hang your hat on.
I know he's been struggling as of late, but I would argue that's more of the fielding. 2 errors this inning, and that's what's caused the dilemma Hopkins is in right now.
Yeah, and as we look out at the scoreboard here at Mackenzie, Hopkins 2 runs, 2 base hits, but they've made 3 miscues today. Panthers 4 runs on 4 hits, and they've got 2 errors, which again, as you said, is uncharacteristic for the Panthers.
I would have probably left in the pitcher, but we'll see how good this pitcher is in an intense situation like this.
Well, and you could look at the scoring line so far. Ben Werner stepping in with the bases loaded and 1 out. Benny struck out twice today, uncharacteristic of him. And is he going to make the magic happen here?
Could explode this game with 1 hit.
First pitch swinging. Looked like West came right downtown with the fastball.
That could have been the pitch right there.
I know last time up, Ben got a little frustrated that he had his pitch, and he knew he missed it. Hit a foul ball off of it. Takes a look at that one. It's 1-1. Hopkins infield. Still in on the grass. Oh, home plate umpire says Benny didn't check his swing. It's 1-2.
Every pitch matters so much during moments like these.
Defensive swing by Werner. Stays alive. 1-2. Jack Glazier on deck for Pioneer. Fouled straight up. Scanlon in. Oh, and it's a fair ball. That's a fair ball.
That could have been very dangerous, Lou. But they're going to call the out at home.
There's chaos going on here. Everybody came in after that play.
They think there's 2 outs.
Yeah, E.T. came all the way around. There was only 1 out on that play. We're in mid-chaos here. Umpires are having a conference. Well, we're going to take a break right here on BNC TV. Panthers lead this one at least 4-2, and we'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. And according to the umpires, this is the top of the 6th inning here at McKenzie Stadium. J.J. Scanlon at the plate takes strike 1. Little confusion to end the Pioneer 5th. We concluded that it must have been called an infield fly. Still rather puzzling. But I know when I'm on the hockey bench and I ask questions of a referee, I say, "You've got the stripes and the whistle, not me." Big swing by Scanlon, counts 1-2. Sliced into left field for a base hit.
That could be the spark the Hopkins batters need to come back in this game.
Now batting, number 12, Logan Bob.
Well, you make a good point, Alex, because ending an inning in as bizarre a fashion as we just saw, that could be the catalyst to really get things going. DH Logan By at the plate. Took one off the melon last time up. That's fouled back out of play.
Kid almost caught that ball.
Another battle royal ensues. Oh, 0-1 on By. Hopkins with a runner on first. Foul just outside of third base. Count goes to 0-2. Nate Rickles on deck for Hopkins. Just missed outside, 1-2. Nice pitch by Quinn, just missed. Another foul, straight back. All the young fans at the game are going to start a used baseball business, I think. Who needs a lemonade stand when you've got all those baseballs? 1-2 on the DH. Called, strike 3. Great pitch by Ethan Quinn.
Way to bounce back there by Ethan Quinn.
Now batting, number 7, Nate Rickles.
Rickles has popped out to Alex McClellan at short and struck out so far today. Quinn take a quick eye on J.J. Scanlon leading off first. Rickles lines out to Glazier. Got him for the double play. Great presence of mind by Jack Glazier to turn that double play. That's going to retire the side. We are in the middle of the 6th inning here in the Western Mass Championship game. Pioneer leads this one 4-2. Please take a look at our sponsors here between innings and don't go anywhere. Panther Tournament Baseball continues here on BNC TV. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke. As I mentioned earlier, saw Mass Live's Chris Barry here in the press box, and he and I had a little chat in between innings and pulled right up on his phone the actual rule of how the last inning ended, and it was an infield fly that Ben Werner hit. J.J. Scanlon couldn't make the play, but then when Ethan Mothy tried to score, was tagged out at the plate. So one of the more bizarre double plays you're going to see. But thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. So we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jack Glazier getting things started for Pioneer. Jack's 0 for 2 today. A strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Glazier will be followed by Braden Tippeniuk and Jackson Campbell here in the bottom of the 6th. Glazier showing some patience at the plate, takes that one, 2-2. An excuse me foul ball, just down in front of us. Alex, why'd you duck under the counter? Why'd you do that?
I was scared the ball was going to hit my head.
I was going to protect you. I put Tyler's camera right in front of it. That one's up high, full count. Al West on the mound for Hopkins, came in relief last inning, pitched out of a jam. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
Now batting.
Problem all game long hasn't been the pitchers for Hopkins. It's been their hitters coming out goose egg ever since the first inning. Haven't got much to go offensively here.
Back to the top of the Panther order, this is Braden Tippeniuk. First pitch swinging, out to center field. And presumably that's Chase Earl out there.
I think he had to walk like 2 steps to grab that out.
No, that's Carter Steisbeck has gone out to center field. Chase Earl's now playing shortstop for Hopkins. Jackson Campbell coming up. Campbell's 1 for 3 on the day. Takes that one up high. Got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Panthers on top, 4-2. Two and 0 on Campbell. Make it 3-0. As we look out to left field, got some activity in the Panther bullpen. Looks like Jack Glazier. Just caught the outside corner, 3-1. Drive into right field. That's in for a base hit. Center fielder overruns it. Campbell, he's going to take advantage of that every day of the week. He's in safely with a double.
Pioneer knocking on the door here with a runner on second.
Now batting, number 2, Alex McClellan.
Alex McClellan at the plate now. Done a little bit of everything today. Walk, a strikeout, and a single. That one goes outside. We've got to keep our eye on Campbell out at second base. We know the way he chooses to run the bases, Alex.
Always got to watch the bases if you're playing Pioneer.
2-0 on McClellan. So far, pitcher West has not even looked at Campbell. Looked at him that time.
I think he heard you.
3-0 on Alex. Swung right through that one, 3-1.
You think he wanted that pitch?
Must have looked like a big old beach ball coming into him. Just missed it. And he's going to take his second walk of the day.
Now batting, number 9, Ethan Quinn.
Panthers, runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. They lead this one 4-2. Ethan Quinn at the plate. Takes that one outside. That one's low, 2-0. And that one's up high, 3-0.
What's going on, Lou? He's losing his stride here.
Quinn had the green light on 3-0 as well. He should. Fouled that one back over our heads. 3-1, still a hitter's count up there. Panther runners on first and second. Nice sweeper by West. Makes it a full count. Runners will be off with the pitch. 3-2 with 2 out. And it's up high for ball 4. We have a developing situation here. Panthers again, 2 outs, have loaded the bases. Coach Dan Vreeland headed out to the mound.
I would argue this is the most important at-bat of the ball game right now. Things could get ugly for Hopkins if they allow runs here.
And one could argue it's the most important at-bat of the season so far.
Looked all good with a runner on first and 2 outs, and now, after 2 walks, we got runners on all 3 bases here.
Ethan Mothy steps in, had that monster triple back in the 3rd inning. Singled his last time up. Having a zen moment with his bat. Fouls the first one back. Oh, and 1 on Ethan. Takes that one up high, 1-1. Just got a piece of the outside corner. 1-2 on Ethan Mothy. Bases are loaded. Takes that one up high. Good eye, 2-2. Puts the bat on that one, goes out to right field. And Jekanowski gets under that one. That's going to retire the side. For the Panthers in the 6th, no runs. No hit, 1 hit. 3 runners left. We've got 6 innings complete here in Holyoke. Last chance for Hopkins coming up. Panthers lead this one 4-2. Stay tuned for that exciting 7th inning right here on BNC TV. And welcome back to the 7th inning. Before we get too deep into this inning, if you're watching this game live on BNC TV, thank you. But just want to let you know that in 13 minutes at 6 o'clock, this telecast will cut out and we will be going to the Bernardston Select Board meeting on BNC TV. So all my friends and neighbors in Bernardston, you want to check that out. We are going to continue covering this game, and it'll be streaming on YouTube worldwide. Tucker Russell leading off for Hopkins here in the top of the 7th. 2-2.
Unfortunate situation here for Hopkins as they are on the bottom of their batting order. 8-9-1 here.
Ooh, that looked like a good pitch. Count goes to 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
What a strikeout there by Ethan Quinn, his 9th strikeout of the game.
Left fielder Wyatt Cook comes to the plate. Wyatt was caught looking back in the 2nd inning and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th on that amazing play where Logan Bai had overrun third base. And McClellan had the presence of mind to throw over to Jackson Campbell for the 3rd out of the inning. Counts 0-2 on Cook. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 10 big Ks today for Ethan Quinn. Back to the top of the order.
Number 4, Carter Sticeback.
1 out left.
Last hope for Hopkins.
1 out left for a Western Mass championship here for Pioneer.
Are you getting goosebumps, Alex?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Strike 1. Quinn bringing the heat.
Ethan Quinn with that clutch gene right now.
Just high and away. 1-1. Dropped in for strike 2. What a pitch by Quinn. Panthers are 1 strike away. Panthers! Panthers! Panthers are Western Mass champions!
That concludes today's game.
The drought is over, Lou.
In the 7th inning, Ethan Quinn strikes out the side. 11 strikeouts on the day. Your Pioneer Panthers are the Western Mass Class D champions.
The drought is over, Lou. Last 2 seasons, they lost in the Western Mass Championship. This year, they get it done. Of course, got it done in 2022, and now they get their 2nd in 2025.
So again, if you're watching us live on BNC TV, we're going to stay here for a few minutes to see the presentation as the sides shake hands. Sorry, we got the score in front. There they are. Just a really well-played baseball game. Hopkins, 2 runs, 3 base hits, 3 errors. And for the Panthers, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. Panthers go to 21-0 on the campaign.
Absolutely unbelievable.
May both teams
Undefeated in basketball, currently undefeated in baseball. This has to go down as one of the greatest years in Pioneer history. I would argue the best year in Pioneer history.
Yeah, and the basketball was 26-0, right?
Correct.
So for the student athletes that played on the basketball team, they're on a 47-0 heater right now.
And they only lost 1 game for soccer, too. Not in the
This
playoffs.
one would like to thank Pioneer Valley Financial for their support throughout our Western Mass tournaments and for providing today's championship class.
Has to go down as one of the greatest years as they won the Western Mass for soccer, won the Western Mass for basketball, and have completed the Triple Crown, Western Mass for baseball.
And
We will honor Pioneer Valley Regional with the Class D Western Mass Championship plaque for the 2025 season, presented by Pioneer Valley Financial. Congratulations to both teams and best of luck in the upcoming state tournament.
And Pioneer Valley Financial presenting Coach Kevin Leupold with the championship plaque. Well earned. What a season it's been so far, Alex.
Gotta go down as one of the greatest baseball teams in Pioneer history. Unbelievable. Every single game, absolute dominance here by the Pioneer Panthers. Night in, night out, they came prepared. They show why. They're the #1 ranked team in the state.
Yeah, so now that they can put the Western Mass Championship in the rearview mirror, now we look forward to the state tournament. As we said earlier, the schedule, the bracket just came out today. The games have not been scheduled yet. Pioneer will be playing the winner of the 32-33 play-in game.
How incredible would that be if they somehow went far in the state championship? Last 3 years in baseball, they've made the Final Four. They have a great chance this year.
Yeah, and when we look at the power rankings, they finished the season first in the state at 3.457. Right behind them, English High, 3.06, and then it drops down to Drury at 2.05.
Of course, English High, the reigning champions there.
Back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken. So, hats off to those Pioneer Panthers. They have climbed to one peak of this mountain, gaining the Western Mass Class D championship.
That's pretty crazy, though. 4 Western Masses for Pioneer Athletics.
So as we wrap up here on BNC TV, stay tuned for the Bernardston Select Board meeting. No, I won't be there. Had to say that, Tyler. And Tyler won't be there either. Well, that's going to put a bow on this one from Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke. Final score for the Western Mass Championship. The Pioneer Panthers 4, Hopkins Academy Golden Hawks 2. Really a terrific baseball game. So for Pioneer senior Alex Sabin, for the executive producer of BNC TV, I am Lou Bordeaux, thanking you for your time this time. And until next time, so long from Holyoke.
Hey!